Hello, everyone. It's me, Bravo and Botox. You might know me from Instagram, where I bring you the funniest Twitter roundups, or from Twitter, where I live tweet and share my thoughts of new episodes of Bravo TV shows. But today I want to talk to you about something new. I'm going to be starting a podcast called The Bravo Papers, where each week, I'm going to start with every other week and then hopefully move to every week if things pick up enough. Every other week, I will bring you a different Bravo paper, if you will, where I put together and share a different deep dive analysis into your favorite and least favorite Bravo celebrities, topics, and controversies. Recently, I posted a sort of Twitter rant, I guess you could call it, where I kind of wrote out my analysis and thoughts about Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz's relationship. I wrote a lot about how I feel like Sandoval is Tom Schwartz's sort of narcissistic abuser, quote unquote, and the post really took off. I shared it on Instagram as well, and people just loved it. There was so much great discussion, and I really do think that Bravo fans are some of the smartest people out there. I love having those conversations in DMs and on Twitter and hearing people's analyses of these topics and Bravo celebrities. So that's really what inspired me to start this podcast. I want to treat each episode like a thesis-driven essay where we explore the intricacies, nuances, and various perspectives on Bravo's most pressing topics and people. I will be covering new and current topics like Scandoval, but I also want to dive into some of the old classics like Vicki Gunvalson and Cancergate. There are so many fantastic Bravo podcasts out there already, so I know it might be like, well, why do I want to listen to this one? There's so many, and they're doing great recaps and discussing the latest news and gossip, but I really want to do something a little different. Put these topics and people under a microscope. I want to gather news sources, ideas and sources from social media, do careful rewatches, and any other information that I can get and kind of put it all together. This is something that I love to do. I was an English major in university. I have my English honors degree. So analyzing, dissecting, deconstructing texts, characters, plots, conflicts, that is what I'm all about. And I treat the Bravo shows kind of like that, except they're even more interesting because they're not fiction, they're real. I would also love it for listeners to get involved. Each episode I can answer a listener question, or you can share your most unpopular Bravo opinion for us to discuss. And I would love for listeners to suggest the next deep dive Bravo paper as well. So please subscribe so that you don't miss my first episode, which is going to be coming out next week. I'm hoping to get it out by Wednesday, maybe Tuesday even, where I attempt to answer my first question. Who really is Raquel Leviss? And how did she end up where she is now as one of the most hated Bravo celebrities ever? I think the answer is probably not as simple as you might think, and there's a lot more to it than I initially thought too. So join me so we can do that dissection right during the heart of Scandoval. It's a great way to get all revved up before next week's new episode, which I'm sure is going to be infuriating, because why wouldn't it be? So please subscribe, and if you know anyone who you think would love this type of podcast, if you have other friends who love Bravo and love dissecting it and love discussing it and thinking about it, then yeah, this would probably be a great podcast for those people too. So spread the word. If things go well, people subscribe, people like it, and the podcast really gets a chance to grow, I would love to do even more episodes. I would love to increase to once a week and then maybe even more. So I hope you'll join me next week. And feel free to email me, bravoandbotox@gmail.com, if you'd like to share your unpopular Bravo opinion, or if you have any sort of question or musing on a current Bravo topic or Bravo celebrity, just let me know. I'll see you next week.